Hi Sagittarius, Scottish Gypsy here to do a very quick bonus reading. When I was pre-shuffling the cards, the Magician came out and at the bottom of the deck was 8 wands. It says the 8 of wands. And I instantly heard the Magician and his wands. So I don't know if there's I have to say, some of you could have an act because the Hospitality card, which is an unusual card in your deck, it literally says Hospitality came out, and that came out first, and then I saw the Magician and his wands. I don't know if I've got some magicians in my collective, or you have an act or something that you do here, or you just feel like you're a very creative person who has a lot in the air and you're a bit of a magician in this lifetime, okay? A magician and his wands. You make magic happen, okay? But we're going to get on with the reading. We're going to see what this is all about. If you don't know, by the way, my name is Karen Sagittarius, and the bigger readings happen every 2 weeks, so check it out next week. Bottom of the deck, I have got third eye chakra. So your foresight, your psychic abilities, your sense of intuition. Maybe you really are a magician. I'm going to start actually with this deck. I felt called. This is the one I got the Hospitality card from. And I have got at the bottom of the deck faithfulness. So whether or not you're having to choose faith in a situation, be loyal or faithful, themes around faithfulness might be significant in the Sagittarius collective right now. But let's shuffle. For those of you who have an act of some kind, or you work in hospitality, please share in the comments. My dad was a singer. I know a lot of performer Sagittarians. What do we have? Growing older. Virgo had that today. Feels like I've got an aging population. I'm just kidding. But look, there's something about, like, Virgo's message was around potentially an older person in their life who, if it wasn't them, they were supporting them through that phase of life. But, you know, there was also something about just reflection. Now, Virgo had this, what was the other card they had? Like, I can't remember the exact wording, but they were being proud of how their life has gone, like a sense of pride connected to the reflection on their life. I don't know if you're in the same place, Sagittarius, but I have got a card that says growing older. No, it says patience on the bottom of the deck, but I find that as people get older, tell me in the comments if you agree, I feel like we get less patient. I don't know, like every older person that I've ever been around, they can sometimes get grumpier or more impatient, or their patient gets, they can get triggered more easily. Yeah, so perhaps it's not that you are patient, perhaps as you grow older, that's getting harder. Let's see, Sagittarius. Or you might be experiencing that with an older person in your life if that's not you. Oh, I like this. You and Virgo, I like where your energy's at. There's a pride and a contentment and a peace that's coming through aging. It doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, you could be 35 and still being reflective about your age because you still believe you're getting older. Or you could be 90, okay? It's just a self-acceptance about where you're at in this lifetime as you grow older. You're not fighting it. You're at peace with it. There's a sense of self-acceptance. So stunning. Okay, let's get one more. And now we've got the Folly of Pride. Leo had that today. I don't know if you're dealing in a situation with a Leo. I don't know who's who, but, you know, Sagittarius, this can be a bit of a lesson here that you might be on the receiving end, or you might be learning the lesson. This is about the shadow aspect of pride, the stupidity of ego and pride. So I don't know if you're learning that lesson connected to it. So you could be dealing with someone's shadow ego, or you could be triggered in some way. Foolish pride is what I'm hearing. So I don't know where that's a theme in your life, but it's showing up. Let's work with tarot deck. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle Sagittarius. I'm going to see what comes through. Now you could be giving someone some wisdom, because I have got a person who's growing older, self-acceptance. Like, you could just be really reflective and saying, oh my goodness, I made a few mistakes there. That was my ego that did that. That was my shadow self that did that. Like, there could be this reflection that's going on in some of the collective, Virgo and Sag so far, but let's keep going. Yep, the devil, can't make it up. Magician. Yeah, the devil. Not surprised at all. You know, this is the shadow of us. And it can be the triggers, the temptations, and the things that take us out of alignment in this lifetime, okay? Whether it be temptations externally or within us. But it is showing up as a theme. But you are showing up as the magician. That's twice now. You might have an awareness of this devil energy within you or around you. That could also be the case. Let's see, Sagittarius. Throat chakra can connect to voice, communication. All right, Sagittarius. Memories of love. Okay, there's a story. I'm going to keep going before I say what's coming through. Sagittarius, stick with me. We've got moving on, leaving the devil behind. I like that. It could be a man. Virgo had the Emperor all over their reading. I can't tell you how many times he came through. A divine masculine. Now, the Emperor's an older father as well, or an older man. So place that where it fits. Could even be a boss or a leader. Let's keep going. Sagittarius. Yeah, you like to be alone. Yeah, some of you are people who just enjoy solitude. Yeah, you're showing up as self-acceptance and at peace with even solitude. Also think that you're a person who tries to, like there's that spiritual growth and personal development aspect to you. But I have got a Nine of Swords. Someone's needing to speak about something. Okay, let's get a croning energy, Sagittarius. I have got firm foundation. Isn't that interesting? Capricorn had that croning and they had the devil, which is their major arcana. All right, so you may have a strong placement or be dealing with a Capricorn. And it's once again, firm foundation. There's the divine masculine, the Emperor. 100% for a lot of you, the Emperor could be, I don't know, a father that's showing up, particularly when I see Six of Cups, nostalgia, reminiscing about childhood, reminiscing about the past. So some of you could be quite reflective with this Hermit energy. You could be spiritually going deep on a situation. There's something bothering you about it though. Those memories are triggering Nine of Swords. Sleepless nights. Oh my goodness, what are your dreams about? Some of you are having bad dreams about something that happened in childhood. Someone from your past. Because typically memories of love is feelings of joy and happiness around memories. But I've got someone suffering in silence, Nine of Swords. So it's either the memories are keeping them awake at night, like they can't sleep, or something happened in the past that's triggering anxiety and sleepless nights. So you'll know what this is, but it just feels like someone can't sleep and they're triggered by the past or memories, past memories. And I am feeling triggered, like it's a triggering word that's coming through connected to the devil. The devil energy. It's a really strong message, Sagittarius. Someone is needing to speak up and not suffer in silence any longer. Throat chakra is the universe saying, use your voice, speak about it, talk about it, share about it. Share what you've learned. Because you're showing up as the hermit now, someone who is spiritually wiser and they've learned a lot of lessons on this journey of life. And maybe it's time to share your experiences or to talk to another person rather than suffering in silence. Speak about it, communicate about it. Now, if you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, please check in on the people that you love. Because it literally says that someone is suffering in silence. And you may have an awareness or someone may have an awareness about that with you. Now, let's just get an advice card. No, we haven't talked about moving on. Six of Swords does show that someone moved away from a toxic situation or a situation that they knew wasn't good for them. Okay, they've left the past behind. They've moved on. Made peace with the devil, I'm hearing, whatever that means. Like, I just feel like you've chosen your own serenity in a situation. Bottom of the deck, the Tower. Okay, the Tower. Wow. You've got a firm foundation. Capricorn had a message around let it fall. And they had this croning them, and it was about let the foundation of something fall because they were being realigned to something better. Can I get an advice card? The folly of pride. Someone was foolish. And yeah, like they gave in to their shadow self, whether it was foolish pride or whether it was they were lured to do something or act in a way that they shouldn't have. Like, I don't feel necessarily, Sagittarius, it's you. I just feel that someone's looking at the past and seeing the folly of something, whether it's the person that you were on the receiving end of their shadow self or yours. I just feel there's a reflection on that. What is the advice today? What is the advice for Sagittarius? I mean, Five of Wands is a card of fighting, but it's about, you know, stepping up in a situation as well, overcoming any obstacles or competitions. High Priestess, trusting in your intuition here at the moment. I need another card. Why is the Five of Wands here as advice? Oh, wow. Eight of Swords and a split. I'm going to get one more. It was Five of Cups, by the way. So I got two fives. There's a story here. The Empress. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Can you see what just happened? I mean, it's pretty... And I was only pulling one advice card, and instead I got story. 555. Can you see that? The struggle is real. There's this sense of a long, hard road. Like, I don't know if you've had to fight your way through this journey of life. Like, you've just continued to rise above, overcome. But I feel like you've been forced to. But it's like you've, yeah, and I just feel you might be reflecting on life. Someone here might be memories of love. They're looking back and they're seeing how far they've come. You might be the Empress. We've got the Father and the Mother, the divine masculine and feminine here showing up as well. Now I've got Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. There could be some sort of get together or a reunion where people are sharing stories, sharing memories. Speak, like, I don't know if there's a conversation, talking. It could be with your sibling, with your friends. It's very interesting here. Seven of Swords. I do feel even there was themes around betrayal or deception or even lying here, but what an interesting reading. So if you start seeing 555 a lot, I feel it's linking you back to this reading. To get to this place of the Hermit and being at peace. And I do feel there is this theme around growing older. You've got the older man and the older woman showing up. So it doesn't matter who you are. There is this self-acceptance and peace and serenity, Six of Swords, and sense of even enjoying getting to this place of serenity alone. You might be single, by the way. It feels like there's just a reflection on the past and seeing how far you've come and what you've come through. You know, 555 is a tough road and you have continued to rise above and overcome and spiritually grow. But I'm getting this deep nostalgia and reflection on the past and this self-acceptance around it. What a deep reading. Now we'll see what else comes through next week, but I have to channel what comes through. I felt called to split the deck. You're on a new cycle, a new chapter, new beginnings. I hope you enjoyed that reading, Sag. That was very special. God bless. Love and light.